No. No, no. No. Blessed be your Lord and Savior, the wig. Can you not show out right when I start filming, please? Hello, pals. Good news. We've hit 500 subscribers, which is kind of a big deal. I guess not on the grand YouTube's side of things, but in my life, that's a big deal, and I'm very excited, and thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much. And as a little celebration for you all being here, we're gonna do two things. I asked over my other social medias for some questions for a little Q&A session, so that's what we're gonna start off with. And then we're also gonna have a giveaway of cool things that I made that I think is cool. Maybe. But I'm gonna give you some free stuff. But let's start with me answering some questions that you certainly had. Burning questions that you've always wanted to know the answer to and didn't just come up with this because I asked you to. Let's start with this. Meta Cosplay asks, plan to go to Bothwell School of Witchcraft? By the way, I love your videos. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, and thank you for being here. Bothwell, I would love to go to Bothwell. I've heard people say that it's a little like more like the first Harry Potter movies, 1 or 2, and then College of Wizardry is more like later Harry Potter movies. So I would love to experience like the more innocent, sweet magic things. It sounds really cool from what I've seen. For those of you who don't know, Bothwell is another wizard school lab in Great Britain, but also in like a castle, and it looks cool. It looks really cool. So anyway, my friend Wolfsappy asks, which LARP characters have been the most interesting to play? That's an interesting question, because it was which characters were most fun to play. I would have an easy answer because that would be my little changeling girl Lorelei. I love her so dearly. But most interesting to play, I mean, that because that also relates like to the setting. So all my characters are like interesting in their own way. That's a mean question. I want to say Lorelei anyway, just because she, with being a changeling and like the way I'd react to the like world around me was interesting. But then the like darker LARPs were obviously also very interesting to play. Avalon and the Grey Center, where I was a werewolf who was constantly being tortured and dehumanized by fascist anti-werewolf witches. Those were certainly interesting. But character-wise, Lorelei is just my fave. My babe. My little babe. Sappho Sorceress asks, favorite genre of LARP? Genre specific? I have to say Witched School LARPs. Or anything in that like world. I mean, if you want to call the genre Harry Potter, then that. Anything that relates to that is my favorite genre. But really I can like, I'm very willing to play anything. Like I would love to do post-apo. I would totally get back into fantasy, like medieval fantasy. I would love to do a sci-fi LARP. Oh my god, are you kidding? That sounds so dope. So no, absolutely would love to do any genre. My main thing is more like I want more focused on like role-playing and character relations and conflict and that sort of stuff, rather than combat or like big plots where you have to solve some riddles or political play. That's not really what I'm into. So any LARP that lets me explore more the character relations and have teen drama that's my jazz, which is why I think I like the Wizard School so much, because they definitely give you that. Do you want to come cuddle? But I'm filming. Kitty kitty. Kitty kitty. Kitty kitty. You can go up there. Over on Instagram, as mad as a hatter asks, congrats! Thank you, thank you. How do you come up with LARP characters? Oh Jesus, that's like a whole video in itself. Character creation is my absolute favorite thing to do. I spent months coming up with my characters. I love coming up with background stories, costumes, anything to do, like even choosing names is so fun for me. So I love character creations. My inspiration for characters comes from like very different places. Sometimes I have an aesthetic that I really want to go for, or I have a certain storyline in mind and then I make a character fit to that, or my friends are playing something and I want to, you know, play something that fits in with that, or all sorts of, sometimes I even start with a name, like, or I watch a movie and I'm like, ooh, I want to play a character like that. Sometimes I start with stereotypes, like, ooh, now I want to play the shy nerd, or now I want to play the clumsy cutesy, or now I want to play the rich mean girl. And then I just mash that all together and then come up with a character based on that. And oftentimes at the beginning it's very much more a skeleton of a character, and then what really makes the character come together is once you start getting into relations with other characters, and then like, oh yeah, so when we were 3 years old this happened, and then I'm like, ooh, okay, I can build that into my character, and then you just build on it and build on it, and then still, once you come to the game, the character is always slightly different than you had imagined them to be. Should I could make a whole video. Like, this was just me rushing through, but I can talk about character creation all day, any day. I also love helping my friends with their character creation, and I have this like crazy weird perk on my Patreon that's like a tutoring session with me for coming up with characters if you're struggling, but that's pretty pricey, so I don't really expect anyone to go for that, but that's like a thing that's on my Patreon. LARP Vision on Instagram asks, what made you start documenting your LARP adventures? And you go get that 500 subscriber mark. I did get it. I got it. What made me start documenting my LARP adventures? Honestly, just watching other LARP YouTubers. I just loved watching them, and before I managed to go to my first LARP, and like while I was preparing for College of Wizardry, I watched everything I could find. Like, I just, to like have a place to put my hype was so important to me, to be able to do that. So I thought, you know, I like talking, I like hearing myself talk, why not pop up a camera and be able to offer that to someone else? Give people more videos they can find when preparing for LARPs and have a place to put their hype. So that's how we got here. That's how we got to 500 subscribers. Now let's pop over to one of the Facebook comments I got. My friend Hannah asks 2 questions. First, what is the hardest thing about LARPing for you? The first thing that comes to mind is money. Because it's expensive, and the FOMO I get when my friends are LARPing and I can't. That's hard. But I'm guessing that's not what you meant. But that's the hardest part, is not being able to go to LARPs and not being able to invest as much in costumes and stuff as you would like to. Like, the reason I do LARPs is because I don't find it particularly hard. It's like very much my comfort zone. It combines so many things that I love, and I feel very confident at LARPs and comfortable, and there isn't much that like at the LARP that's difficult for me. Obviously not every game is as good as all the other games, and sometimes I forget to eat and to sleep, and that's hard. But also leaving. Saying goodbye to characters, that's the one. Saying goodbye to my characters afterwards. Jesus fucking Christ. It's like mourning someone who's died. But obviously it's not as bad, but like it's a similar feeling of grief. When I come back from a LARP and I'm like, I unpack my suitcase and I'm like, okay character, see you never. Then that's hard. Obviously, kind of my own fault, seeing as I pretty much only play one-shot games and no campaigns, but then there is no campaigns here really, so I hate King but okay. Hello chaps, Editor Mila here. We're way less pretty. I realized I'm a complete doofus and didn't reply to that second question, but not to worry, something very similar is going to be asked later in the video, so it's fine, it's fine. Sorry though. Now we're jumping over to the twits. That almost sounded like tits. To the Twitter is what I'm saying. We're going to Twitter. David R.A. asks, I would very much like to ask you a question regarding LARP. Has LARPing provided you insight into human character morality regarding our mundane world? Whew. You guys are at it with a load of questions today. Yes. Yes. I have learned a lot about human character and about morality. Partly by exploring certain issues, certain themes, by role-playing. More than that, it's the community that has taught me so many things. I wasn't aware of like some of the issues that now seem so normal to me, like some gender issues and like different gender identities and all that jazz. That was just not part of my world before I entered this community, and now it's like, of course non-binary people exist, and of course they, them pronouns are things you can do. I knew that before, but it wasn't part of my reality, and now it very much is. And I've very much learned to always assume the best in people's intentions. I'm doing the opposite little finger here.
Sometimes, when I try to understand a person's motives, I play a little game. I assume the worst.
Where I like to play a game in a conflict, and I assume that no one goes out to hurt other people, and that communication can really help solve these conflicts. There were so many times this past year where I thought someone was just horrible, and then you talk to them for like 5 minutes and everything's cleared up. That's really one of the biggest lessons, to always assume the best in people. Obviously not always, people aren't always great, and you don't always have the same moralities, so you still don't get along with everyone is what I'm saying. But most people don't go out to intentionally hurt someone else. So I'll try to solve conflicts first before assuming the worst. Was that a sufficient answer? I felt like I was just rambling. And we have one more from my friend Messin! Ooh, Messin is also a LARP YouTuber, and she's wonderful, and she has asked me my favourite LARP character and favourite scene I've done in LARP. That is a fun question to end up on. So, favourite LARP character, I've already said, it's my Lorelei, my girl, my changeling, my little fae, who is just so naive and has no idea what the fuck's going on in the world. But she's so sweet and so good of heart and so brave and just... ah, what a silly girl. I love her so much. Playing her is so much fun. Ooh, Lorelei. That's my favourite character. Favourite scene? Are you kidding me? Who in the world is able to choose their favourite scene ever? I don't know. Scenes are so good for like different things. Like, some are good because they're horrible, some are good because they're funny, some are good because they're emotional. Like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Nope. There's so many. There's so many good scenes. I love me my romance scenes, I love me my fighting scenes where I can shout silly things. I love me that. Scenes where pure friendship prevails. Just so many good scenes. I can't choose. I'm not gonna choose. My cats are going wild, and I'm so sorry for all the noise, but the food is in here, so I can't lock them out. And that was the Q&A section. I hope you learned some new interesting things about me. I don't know, I just wanted to do like a fun little video. But now, the part you have all been waiting for. The giveaway. I have two options of what to give away, and I can't decide which one I want to give away, so I'm gonna let the winner choose. The first option is a custom made wand. I've made this one and also this one, but I can also make other things. I'm not super duper talented, so like crazy intricate designs might be a little tricky, but I will do my best to make a wand that looks like you want it to look. Either that, either a wand, or a Bonecrown. You can see them sported here, but some of my friends, I've made two of those so far that belong to Will with LarP Analysis and my friend Erica from EricaExplores, and you might be the third person that owns one of these. To win one of these prizes that I have made with what little talent I have, you gotta be subscribed to my channel, because it's a giveaway for my subscribers, so you gotta be subscribed. And then you can leave a comment down below telling me which thing you would like and what character you would like to use that for. That's a good idea. Yes, tell me what character you would like to use either the crown or a wand for, and tell me a little bit about them. That sounds fun. Yes, let's do that. Also, just to let you know, my Patreons are getting an extra entry if they enter this giveaway, so they've double the chance to win. If you want also double chance to win, you can become a Patreon. We love our Patreons, we're having a good time over there. Yes, so that's the options. Thank you guys so incredibly much for being here. I can't wait to like grow this channel more and give you guys more content and all the things. We've made it to 500. That's like, that's a big stepping stone, right? And it only gets closer to the moon from here. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you! Aha. Okay, I'm gonna go, because I'm in a weird mood if you couldn't tell. And yeah! Thanks guys! Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Welcome again to the end screen. Here we have my Patreons, who I love so dearly. And on this side we have the content creator of this video that I love and want you all to check out. This is MessinWithLarp. She's my friend. She is awesome. She makes videos about LARP. I know you like videos about LARP, so go and watch hers. And thank you for watching. Do the whole subscribing, liking, follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you want to hang out between videos. Cool. Okay.